Hey everyone, how's it going? And yeah, this video is going to be pretty different. Once again, a whole lot of personal stuff have gone on the way. And once again, without going into greater detail, I must let you guys know that the lineup of reviews have changed slightly. Because of time restraints, I will not be able to do 3 of the reviews individually. So instead, I'm going to have to do these reviews all at once. They'll be quick, kind of similar to the Disney minis, or the recommendations from last year, minus the occasional shots of theme park attractions. And what the hell, I'll show you some pictures from Fright Fest. With that out of the way, here we go. First, we're going to start with, of course, my favorite horror movie monster, the WereWolf, with Captain America, Man and Wolf. Written by Mark Gruenwald and Rick Levin on art, our story begins with Captain America leading the investigation on John Jameson, son of Daily Bugle editor-in-chief J. Jonah Jameson, and the alter ego of lesser-known Spider-Man villain, Man-Wolf. A bridge version of this character, astronaut, went to space, found a glowing moon rock, turns him into a werewolf during the night, the end. And though it seemed that the Man-Wolf was gone forever after the events of Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 3, it seemed that the Man-Wolf was gone for good. However, John is now missing, and in his place, people are being attacked by werewolves. And as Steve investigates, he walks into a conspiracy of someone trying to build an army of werewolves, leading to Captain America himself becoming a werewolf. It's a pretty fun story, especially if you are a fan of werewolves, and curious to see a werewolf story that's not done in the traditional sense. Again, these werewolves are not created by traditional means, as in not getting bitten by a werewolf or some sort of ceremony. These are creatures of science, and it's pretty interesting. We also get some fun team-ups like Captain America working with Wolverine, Wolfsbane, Cable later on, and lesser-known characters like Dr. Druid and Demolition Man. The writing's pretty solid. In fact, the story would be so good that the Werewolf Captain America, or Capwolf as he'd be called, would come back later on in comics, and even when Sam Wilson became Captain America, he got his own version of the concept. I will say the art is a little weird in some places, like, I don't know, like how some of the werewolves are kind of odd, but it doesn't completely hurt it, and when it comes to the horror element to it, it's pretty solid. Though I will say, the new character they introduced in the story, Moonhunter, gets an unintentional laugh out of me. I'm just like, what even is that design? But yeah, if you like Captain America and you love werewolves like me, this is a book for you. Next, we have The Sandman Presents The Dead Boy Detectives. Written by Ed Brubaker and Brian Talbot on art, The Dead Boy Detectives, as the title suggests, is a spin-off of Neil Gaiman's Sandman series. As these follow two ghosts, Charles and Edwin, have started their own detective agency after refusing to move on to the afterlife with the endless death, with their first case having them help a young girl solve the disappearances/murders of local children. The miniseries is pretty fun, and even though Neil Gaiman didn't write it, it's definitely right at home with the rest of the world of the Sandman. Charles and Edwin are a really great duo, as Edwin is the more cynical and logical type, and Charles, being just recently turned into a ghost, is still very youthful and overly optimistic. The mystery itself is pretty interesting, though the identity of who's actually behind it all is pretty frickin' obvious. But it makes up for it by making the main villain a very entertaining character to read. We also get a returning character of Mad Hetty, who kind of plays as the boy's surly but lovable mentor in the story. We will actually be getting a Dead Boy Detective series soon, starting as a spin-off from the Doom Patrol, so if you want to read more of the Dead Boy Detectives, I recommend reading this. It's a good start. And finally, we have Frankenstein and the Agents of Shade, Volume 2. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm covering Volume 2 and not Volume 1. Simple answer, I do not have Volume 1. I have the first few issues, but not the whole story, and it feels weird to just cover the individual issues without having the whole thing. But I have all the stories for Volume 2, so we're covering that. But for some background, the series focuses on, of course, Frankenstein. And yes, that is his name, Frank for short. And he works for the organization SHADE, which stands for Superhuman Advanced Defense Executives. And this story begins with a really uncomfortable family reunion, as Frank is encountered by his son. As long ago, him and his wife did try to have a child, but the child went nuts and tried to kill her. Frank killed the child in self-defense, but it turned out that he survived and it is pissed. So yeah, this volume begins super happy. After that, Frank encountered some crazy shit, like a swarm of evil bugs, And the main antagonist of the story, the Rot, which at the time was an ongoing villain in both the Animal Man series and Swamp Thing in the New 52. But luckily, at least for me, I didn't feel like I had to read those stories to understand what the Rot was about, and it felt like an omnipotent force that could literally take on anybody. The book actually had two writers, Matt Kinnon, who did the majority of the series, and Jeff Lemire, who wrote a two-parter. But you really wouldn't know if you first read it. The two did a pretty good job of keeping the series consistent in tone and style. And Alberto potentially did a great job with the art. The monster designs are great, grotesque, and when it comes to the violence, oh damn. Along with some pretty vibrant colors by colorist Jose Valvera and John Caliz. So yeah, if you are a fan of the Frankenstein monster and you want to see a really kick-ass story, or looking for something akin to Hellboy, this is the book for you. And those are the comics. Thanks for watching, like, share, subscribe, and next time we move on to Falcon Sphere. Later.